In the shadowed realm of Eldoria, where whispers of ancient evils linger in the biting winds, lives a warrior unlike any other. Her name is Arishi, and she is the last hope of her people. Her legend is sung in hushed tones, a tale of courage forged in the heart of darkness. She wields a blade of myth, Midnight's Edge, a weapon said to be born from the core of a fallen star. Its obsidian surface drinks the light, and its edge, sharper than a winter's frost, hums with celestial power. For Arishi, it is more than a weapon. It is an extension of her will, a symbol of the vow she made to protect Eldoria from the encroaching shadows. This is her story, the saga of the demon hunter and her starlit sword. The land of Eldoria was once a paradise, a tapestry of lush forests, sparkling rivers, and towering mountains. But that was before the fracture, a cataclysm that tore a rift between worlds, unleashing a torrent of demonic creatures upon the land. These are not mere beasts. They are manifestations of terror, beings of smoke and malice. The shadow stalkers, with their razor-sharp claws, hunt in the dead of night, their red eyes piercing the gloom. The soul eaters, amorphous and horrifying, drain the very life force from the earth, leaving behind only desiccated husks of trees and barren soil. And then there are the dreadlords, the commanders of this unholy army, intelligent and cruel, who orchestrate the chaos from their fiery citadels. They poison the rivers, blight the crops, and cast a pall of fear over every village. The people of Eldoria live in constant dread, their world shrinking day by day as the demonic blight spreads. Every sunset brings a new wave of terror, and every sunrise reveals fresh devastation. It is this ever-present, insidious threat that Arishi has sworn to face, to push back the tide of darkness, one demon at a time. Even the strongest warrior can falter when facing an endless tide of darkness. Arishi, despite her victories, felt the weight of her lonely crusade. The demons were growing smarter, their attacks more coordinated. She knew she needed more than just a sharp blade. She needed wisdom, an understanding of the ancient enemy she fought. Her journey led her deep into the secluded Whisperwood, a place few dared to tread, to a small, hidden cottage shrouded in mist and silence. This was the home of Kalen, the reclusive mentor who had trained her years ago. Kalen was a living legend, an old man whose eyes held the depth of forgotten histories. He had retired from the world, weary of its endless conflicts. When Arishi arrived, he was hesitant, his face a mask of sorrow and resignation. He saw in her the same fire that had once burned within him, a fire he feared would be extinguished by the overwhelming darkness. He warned her of the futility of her fight, of the personal cost of being a hero. But Arishi's resolve was unshakable. She did not seek a new technique or a hidden power. She sought understanding. Seeing her unwavering determination, Kalen finally relented. He began to share his knowledge, not of combat, but of the demons themselves, their origins, their weaknesses, and the nature of the dark energy that fueled them. He taught her that true strength wasn't just in the swing of a sword, but in knowing the heart of one's enemy and, more importantly, the heart of oneself. The lessons with Kalen were transformative. Arishi learned to see the world not just as a battlefield, but as a delicate balance of light and shadow. Kalen taught her to feel the flow of demonic energy, to anticipate its movements, and to find the focal points of its power. He revealed that the demons fed on fear and despair, and that the strongest weapon against them was not just steel, but hope. Armed with this profound new understanding, Arishi returned to the front lines. The demonic horde was preparing its greatest assault yet, led by a fearsome dreadlord known as Malachor the Unbroken. This titan of shadow and flame had laid siege to the capital city, its walls cracking under the relentless onslaught. The air was thick with the stench of sulfur and the screams of the dying. This was the moment of truth. Arishi moved through the chaotic battlefield like a phantom. She was no longer just a warrior reacting to attacks. She was a conductor orchestrating the flow of battle. Using Kellen's wisdom, she identified the lesser demons that channeled power to their master. With surgical precision, she and the city's defenders severed these connections, weakening the dreadlord step by step. Finally, she stood before Malachor. The demon towered over her, its laughter a rumble of cracking stone. It unleashed a torrent of hellfire, expecting to incinerate her. But Arishi did not meet force with force. Remembering Kellen's words, she channeled not her own anger, but the collective hope and courage of her people. Midnight's edge glowed with a brilliant silver light, a stark contrast to the surrounding darkness. She dodged, weaved, and parried, her movements a graceful dance. She wasn't fighting the demon's strength, she was exploiting its nature. Malachor, fueled by fear, found itself starved as Arishi's presence radiated unshakable resolve. In a final, climactic strike, Arishi plunged Midnight's edge not into the demon's physical form, but into the swirling vortex of dark energy at its core. There was a blinding flash of light, a deafening roar of pure rage, and then silence. Malachor the Unbroken was no more, its essence scattered to the winds. With the defeat of the dreadlord, the demonic horde faltered and broke, scattering back into the shadows from whence they came. The sun broke through the smoke-filled sky, its rays illuminating a city, battered but not broken. A cheer erupted from the walls, a sound of pure, unadulterated relief and joy that washed over the battlefield. Arishi stood tall, her blade still humming with celestial light. She was not just a lone warrior anymore. She was a symbol, a beacon of hope for all of Eldoria. She understood now that her true strength wasn't just in her own skill or the magic of her blade. It flowed from the people she protected, from the bonds of community, love, and shared courage. Every life she saved, every family she reunited, added to her power. The lessons of Kellen, the trust of her people, and the legacy of her starlit sword had forged her into more than a demon hunter. She was the guardian of Eldoria, her resolve as unbreakable as the dawn that follows the darkest night. Her fight was far from over, but now she did not fight alone. She carried the heart of her people with her, a light that no shadow could ever extinguish. Thank you so much for watching this tale from the world of Eldoria. If you enjoyed Arishi's story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more epic fantasy adventures. Let us know in the comments what you think Kellen's own story might be. We love hearing your theories. Until next time, stay brave and keep the light alive.